So I'm going to start with the most serious question. When did you decide that you wanted to own July 2nd in terms of Werewolves Within and the Tomorrow?
One morning I woke up and a piece of paper flew into my bedroom window. And in the window, I looked up and it said July 2nd and it said yours. And I was like, well, then I'll take it.
Congrats on having two, cool movies coming out on the same day. Before I jump into Tomorrow War, you did a few episodes of The Office early in your career. Yes. What was that like for you, getting to be on that set?
Well, it was really incredible. It was like one of my first ever television gigs. Before that, I'd done like 5 minute, or not even 5 minutes, literally a minute long spot in the fourth season of Arrested Development. But The Office was my first time being on a TV set and being there consistently. I did a 7-episode run. So I got to learn so much about how TV works, watching producers and writers come in with notes, watching performances for TV kind of get replayed, and how, watching how cameras pick up these things. It was such a wonderful experience, and to get to do it on The Office, tremendous.
One of the things that's interesting about the Tomorrow War is that I think you break the record for any movie in terms of saying the word shit. Yeah. I think you set a new record. So whose idea was it that you were going to break the all-time record?
It was my idea, because I was like, I bet I can do this. I was like, I bet I can. I wanted to see how long I keep it up. Also, just sort of the pattern, and even what you see in the thing is cut up a little bit. But I do that for 4 stories, and Chris was like, "That's a great idea. Let's do it." And he loved it so much. Chris, the director, Chris McKay. So what I want is for somebody to put a counter. And like they did for South Park with that episode where they were doing all the swears. I want to counter for how many times I've said it, because I really it was such rapid fire. I have no idea even how many times.
The thing about the film is that it's obviously a very serious, it's dealing with serious stuff, but you're one of the reasons, you're part of the levity of the film. When you were looking at the script and you're talking to Chris, was it sort of made clear, we need you to provide some humor to break up the seriousness?
Yes, I think that's part of what what they wanted me in it for. Of course, is to sort of be a heart to the movie, and to sort of be a pressure valve, a release valve for these stakes. And I think the character kind of got reworked a little bit as we went through the script, and as it went. So he became a little bit bigger of a role, and I think you sort of need him for that, because he's not only is he the comedy of it, but he's also a little bit truly what most people would be in that world. You know what I mean? Because the premise being that people who are unprepared for war and are everyday people, bus drivers, chefs, all the things, are thrust into the highest stakes that any human's ever been in. It's fighting aliens in the future, So sort of him getting to comment on his surroundings in this scenario is defense mechanism, and also a great thing to sort of reset these stakes and release some pressure in the movie.
Completely. One of the things I found about this movie, and which surprised me, was that it pulls the Bad Boys 2, where I thought it was ending, but no, that was just the end of the second chapter. You know what I mean? And you sort of talk. It does pull a Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2, absolutely, one of my favorite movies, mind you. And I think it's a fun thing.
When you first saw J.K. Simmons on set, did you think, why are any of us in this movie? Because he can beat all the aliens on his own.
On his own, yeah, I know. And I was like, "Are you sure?" He was like, "I'm taking a break," and then he flicked the cigarette. It hit a fuse to a keg of dynamite and exploded, and he kind of lit his cigarette on it. I was like, "A second cigarette?" But he was like, "Yeah, I don't even smoke," and I was like, "Cool."
He was fucking huge.
He's chiseled. He's buff. You're talking about Commissioner Gordon, the buffest Commissioner Gordon we've ever seen, and he he's so cool, and he's so interesting and fun and like funny to talk to between scenes. Because he's got like amazing stories, like amazing theater stories, amazing film stories, amazing television stories. And then like when it comes to like action, he's playing this thing, he can switch and he's like the most intense. He's like really, truly, he is my tempo.
You didn't pull a Chris Farley. Remember when you did that movie? That was really good.
I did do that. I even went back, like, remember when you did Guys and Dolls? That was great. I was like, remember when you did Commissioner Gordon? I legit did that, and he was very patient with me, so I appreciated it.
Before I run out of time with you, I'm a huge fan of Lord and Miller, and I am really looking forward to the Afterparty, which sounds completely different than anything I've seen. So can you talk a little bit about that project and what it's about?
Absolutely. The Tomorrow War was a Lord and Miller show coming to Apple TV Plus. It's about Chris Miller wrote, directed the thing. It stars me, Tiffany Haddish, Zoe Chow, Alana Glazer, Jamie Dimitro, Ben Schwartz, Dave Franco, all-star cast, and me. But it's a high school reunion whodunit, murder mystery whodunit, where people are recalling an events of a night, a murder, but they're all telling it through their own lens, and each lens being a different genre of film. It's a really cool concept, a really fun show, really fun to work on. I'm really excited for the show.
I'm confident the scripts were good.
Scripts were brilliant, and like the concept alone, but the execution of the concept, I'm really excited for people to see it.
You also get to be part of Marvel's M.O.D.O.K, and which is obviously awesome. Talk a little bit about getting to be part of that, and how much did you pay to be on it?
Like 100,000, but I think it was a bargain. 100K, but it's in installments, so I'll be able to pay that down eventually. It was really great to get to be on that. I get to be on because like when I set up a phone call with Jordan Blum and Jeff Loeb, and I was like, what? I'm a comic nerd. I'm a Marvel nerd. I'm a DC nerd. But in the case of this, I'm a Marvel nerd. So to get to be part of and knowing M.O.D.O.K from comics, I was like, this is such a great idea for how to use this character. And I'm friends with Patton, and he's so funny. What a perfect sort of like pairing. And to get in it, I get to play Gary, the loyal AIM henchman. And it's such a fun kind of role to play because it's kind of in my wheelhouse to play like the unflappable helper, But to get to do that in like an animated space in the world of Marvel was a dream.
What are you getting ready to do? What's coming up for you?
So I've got a movie coming out at the same time. It's called Werewolves Within. It's a horror comedy, thriller, mystery movie. It's kind of IFC, written by Mission Wolf, directed by Josh Rubin. Really great, fun, funny, scary movie. I'm really excited for that. And right now I'm shooting a movie called Senior Year in Atlanta with Rebel Wilson and Zoe Chow again, and Mary Holland. It's a really funny movie.
I'm going to say congrats on all the success. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for giving me your time.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. And I think you should leave season 2 July 8th.